tips. Gelsenkirchen. Gelsenkirchen is a major city in the Ruhr region, North Rhine-Westphalia, with a population of about 260,000. Soccer fans know immediately, because Gelsenkirchen is the home of the soccer club FC Schalke 04. It was not until the middle of the 19th century that Gelsenkirchen really came into its own with the discovery of coal. On July 1, 1907, the main train station in Gelsenkirchen was opened. Large companies from the industrial sector were founded, such as the Schalke Eisenhut Maschinenfabrik, the Thyssen AG cast steel plant. 10 interesting tips, which are important for a visit to Gelsenkirchen, are now listed below. The Consol Theater. This theater is part of the Consol Park, which is located on the former consolidation coal mine site in Gelsenkirchen-Bismarck. At that time it was the largest coal mine in the Ruhr area. It became an event venue and a well-known children's and youth theater. In the course of time it has developed into a lively theater house, which appeals to children and young people. House concerts, jazz and chanson evenings take place, and sometimes a storytelling program is presented. A basement bar with about 100 seats is also part of it. Gelsenkirchen Art Museum. The art collection built up included works by Chagall, Cuban, Dürer, Rembrandt and Pankow. A large part of this collection was destroyed during the war, only partially it could be renewed after 1945. Systematically, after this date, a collection was created through purchases, donations and permanent loans. The new museum was opened on Horst and renamed Kunstmuseum Gelsenkirchen. Treasures in the categories of natural history, works of art, cultural history and collections from the late 19th century to the present form the four pillars of the museum. The exhibition, Kinetic Art, is a highlight of the museum with works of op art, mobiles, objects that work with motor operation, light and sound kinetics. As art and light in motion, these treasures are presented. In Focus explains the individual works with appropriate texts and information. Admission is free, which is actually not a matter of course. The summer festival with exhibitions, theater performances, music and many other offers increases the awareness of the museum. Provost Church of St. Urbanus. From a cultural point of view, this main Catholic church is worth mentioning. It has existed since the year 1003. After wars, fires and normal decay, this church was renovated again and again. Old exhibits from the Middle Ages can be seen. The present building was built in 1893 and after the World Wars it was renovated again. However, the church tower no longer has a spire. The stained glass windows are proverbially beautiful due to the special light conditions. The beautiful windows are always mentioned in tourist brochures. If you are interested in choir and organ concerts, this is the right place. Horst Castle Museum. The museum to try out and touch. The focus is on the topic, how did people live and work in the 16th century? Visitors are taken on a real journey through time. There are not the obligatory showcases, but there is hammering, sawing. Guests will hear and see and even try out what it was like back then. The common professions of that time, such as carpenter, stonemason, blacksmith, slater, bricklayer and plasterer, are vividly presented. How bricks were made in those days is an interesting variation. Important nowadays and also in the past, how was the wage paid? Measuring devices and calculating aids from that time are demonstrated. The historical printing workshop in the outer castle gives the visitor the opportunity to operate such a printing press at certain times. The master builder of the castle, Arndt Johansson, who led the works from 1556 to 1567, is introduced to the visitors in a separate room. One of the most remarkable and oldest Renaissance buildings in Westphalia is Horst Castle. The aristocratic life is also presented to the visitors. The study of the then lord of the castle, Rutger von der Horst, is the focal point of the castle. Every 2 years, this year again, the medieval spectacle called Gaudium takes place here. Nowadays, the museum has catering establishments, the town library and the registry office. The beautiful park with the adjacent children's playground is visited daily by many citizens. Concerts and events are regularly held in the notable glass hall. Dickebank Flöz. The Dickebank coal seam workers' settlement is of interest to visitors. It is located south of the main train station and is a typical example of the colonies that the mines and steelworks built in the 19th century. The workers lived there with their families, as the boom brought masses of workers to the Ruhr area. Although Gelsenkirchen has been documented since 1150, it only became better known after industrialization and coal mining. The black gold was discovered in the Ruhr region around 1840, and the town became an important and well-known coal town in Germany. There was work. In fact, in 1903 already 138,000 people lived here. The settlements consisted of long rows of individual houses for 2 to 4 families, but separately accessible. Behind the houses there was space for toilets, rabbit cages, goat stables. Sometimes the space was used only as a meadow, fruit and vegetable growing place for the family. The settlements were renovated and modernized and remain. Waldhaus am See. This is a cafe and restaurant, located directly at the district park Nienhausen in Gelsenkirchen. The focus is on wonderful meat dishes of beef, pork or poultry. Of course, the restaurant by the lake also offers fish dishes with freshwater fish. The fireworks at night are a highlight that guests should not miss. In the afternoon from 1500 to 1800 traditional coffee and cakes are offered. The wonderful surroundings provide relaxation and recreation. The aim of the operators is to serve food of impeccable quality with appropriate drinks, prepared with fresh ingredients. Regional and German cuisine is offered. The eye eats too, is taken into account, and the appetite is stimulated. The delicious desserts are legendary. The large terrace with lake view invites you to linger. The ambience is definitely worth mentioning. The restaurant is known for the highest standards. Ryokan gastronomy of the Zoom adventure world. Gastronomy in exotic worlds, that's what you can call this restaurant. Enjoy adventure and eat nicely afterwards, that is the motto of this dining restaurant, which is located in the middle of the tropical jungle of the tropical paradise. A membrane roof protects from possible bad weather or sunlight. The orangutans can be admired while eating. The Asian animal world with its special habitats is made familiar to the visitor. During the day, home-style meals are served, and in the evening, extraordinary dishes are presented. The various dishes are prepared seasonally, highlights for each season. The Zoom Adventure World was originally the former Ruhr-Zoo. The world of experience became known far beyond the city limits. It is run by the Gelsenkirchen Public Utility Company. More than 900 animals from Alaska, Africa and Asia are housed here on more than 30 hectares. The habitat of these animals is designed as true to nature as possible. A round trip on Lake Africa with the African Queen is a unique experience for adults and children. Alaska, for example, has a 1.3 kilometers long circular route. Here you can experience the plant life, coastal rainforest and mountainous region. Veltins Arena. The Veltins Arena is the soccer stadium of the club FC Schalke 04. In 2001 the stadium was put into operation. Worth mentioning are the closable roof and retractable grass field. If necessary, the soccer stadium can be turned into a concert hall at the push of a button. In 2014, this stadium was considered the most visited in all of Germany. The Schalke Museum provides visitors with further explanations. Nordsten Colliery. Since the middle of the 19th century, the first coal was mined at this site. In 1866 the Nordsten Coal Mine Union was founded. The extracted coal was of such good quality that economically bad times passed without any losses. The third shaft was built in 1901 and after the wars the mine was rebuilt. In 1982, the Zollverein Colliery was united to form the Nordsten Zollverein Integrated Mine. Coal production was activated there. The shafts continued to function as rope haulage and intermediate haulage sites. In 1994, the Federal Garden Show was built on this site. This landscape park has been visited by millions of visitors. The area with gastronomic establishments and recreational attractions is considered as a leisure activity by the people of Gelsenkirchen. The installation of the double-arch bridge over the Rhine-Herne Canal is the icing on the cake of the garden show. The children's land with its water and adventure playground, including vacation programs, is legendary. The Nordsten Park has an open-air cinema. In summer, plays or musical performances take place. Alma Park. Alma Park presents itself as an event and leisure park in Gelsenkirchen. In the area of paintball the visitor can discover his pleasure. Weather-independent adventures are offered. The largest indoor amusement park in Europe offers amusements on 9,000 square meters. Different categories are there, like the live escape, the laser tag, adventure golf, trampoline park, and many other amusements will satisfy the visitor. The showering and changing is of course possible. The mini golf course in the black light area must be experienced. Virtual reality, for example, fights against hordes of alien bugs or Picasso-style portraits. Short summary. After looking at the tips and interesting places of Gelsenkirchen, the visitor will realize that it is a beautiful and important city. Not only the soccer club FC Schalke 04 has increased the fame of this city, the historical past and coal mining are important features. You can eat great food, spend your free time, and culturally Gelsenkirchen also has a lot to offer. The settlement Flöz Dickebank reminds us that even in those days people thought socially and gave workers the opportunity to own a cottage. The saying, "from a small farming town to an important coal town," sums up the development of this city.